Hello, this is Krillian, and welcome to episode 83 of my Let's Play Mass Effect Andromeda. This is Krillian Rider. We are playing on hardcore difficulty, and we have just finished getting our port
now orbiting Kadara.
fully set up on Kadara. So now, we're actually going to head to the planet of Aya. It looks like there are several things that we have to do later. It looks like when they do that, there's something to go to, but we checked here and there was nothing there. It's a bit weird. A is a city, so it should be fast. And we actually have a large number of missions to go to here, so we should get a lot of stuff taken care of in one episode. We mainly roleplay. I don't know if we're going to get actual combat this episode, but it'll help move the story along in several places. Okay, Aya's here. Let's head on in. We have the, let's skip that, all the muck that we have to fly through. Yes, we're going to disembark. Okay. We have a lot of missions up here. Someone doing something further along, finding people. Expect lots of different things to go on. And in a moment, when we get through all these cutscenes, we can begin. Okay, let's take a look at our map and figure out our first place. We have a new mission here. Let's do that, and then we'll hit this one before we leave the docks area. What is our new mission of the day? Marixus.
Honor to meet you, Pathfinder. Initiative Pilot Marixus. I run supplies to your outposts.
What brings you to Aya?
Your survival supplies only Aya has. I'm waiting on clearance to enter the city, but it's taking too long. I understand their caution, but the outposts need these supplies. I have to get them, now.
They let me into the city? I can help.
I appreciate that. To start, EOS needs a way to produce food to support population growth. They've requested quinoa seeds to begin their own crops. There's an agricultural scientist who might sell some.
I'll make sure to get those seeds.
Settlers on Kadara are suffering from a bacterial infection. They need Angaran antibiotics to fight it. A medic in the city should be able to help.
Got it. They'll have that medicine in no time.
Okay.
Eladin's water purifier can't keep up with demand. They're requesting one of those Angaran ionic filters. There are engineers who work on the aqueducts here. I'll bet they have what we need.
On it. One filter coming up.
Odd that we only got 3. He still has a thing, so maybe this is from
Pathfinder, more of your outposts need help, if you have time.
How isn't this combined?
Volt's power grid is lagging without proper solar input. The solar amplifier would give them a boost. The solar technicians here may have the required parts.
I'll see what I can find.
Okay, so we have all kinds of stuff in here. Any on this dock area? No, there almost be. Look at all those missions. So we'll start with this guy over here. He is the one that sent us out with the satellites that have been destroyed by human pirates. That's going to be a fun conversation. We'll see how this goes.
You're always a welcome sight, Pathfinder.
That's good to know.
Still no word from our search vessel. How goes your hunt for the missing satellites?
Your people caught scavengers from Kadara port stealing them. There was a fight. Your ship lost.
I sent them out. And risked your life, too. The scavengers, Angaran? Have our deserters preyed upon us again?
Okay, so we can tell him that, and then he won't be angry at us. But I think honesty here is more important. Hopefully we can explain that it's not as bad as it sounds.
The criminals were my people. Exiles. They ripped your satellites into scrap. I brought what's left.
The initiative is supposed to explore, not steal and kill.
Very true.
Why would your people steal something that protects us all? Murder those who are only trying to help.
Let's be professional here.
These were a few bad people. There are thousands of good ones out there.
How can we tell the difference? Maybe the others are right. What if you are no better than the Ket?
These scavengers abandoned the initiative, just like your deserters left you.
And we hate them too. Keep what your people stole and go. I can't talk to you anymore.
Oh, he's leveled, so that's something. But yeah, I
Sorry
was
to
hoping...
hear things went south of that Angaran astronomer rider. Found a silver lining, though. The scrap satellites are gonna come in extra handy.
Not as handy as what we could have had, but I'll take it.
Our next stop, I guess, would be right here. Yeah, I was hoping that we'd handle that better. But maybe if we chose the other option, we could talk to them down. I don't know. I think honestly it was the way to go there. If they found out later we'd lied about who killed their people, it would be bad.
You work on the solar panels? Do you have an amplifier for solar energy?
Nothing as big as these, but I have a smaller one on hand. Do you need it?
We'll buy that. We'll sell all of our salvage. Apparently all these missions will require us to actually spend money. But that's okay. If they're a couple hundred credits here or there, it's not going to be a big problem. Where to next? We have something in that area. Let's see, come up here first. That'll work well. These are seeds, the canola seeds.
Weird question. You don't have any Quiloa seeds, do you?
Hello? One moment. Okay, it was like I lost all sound there for a second, which was weird. We seem to have it back, so we're gonna go ahead and click back, continue on. The next one, ooh, who is this? Vin Terrell. I don't think it's not this.
Van? Thought you'd be in a resistance holding cell.
Oh, I think this dude
That was
got
Efra's plan. He wanted to throw me down a hole once he got his precious answers. The Most Shy convinced him to release me here. I volunteer and they let me see sunlight.
Hey, it turned out okay, right?
You didn't trade one cell for another after all. And you get fresh air.
And servitude, dressed up like forgiveness. The Most Shy keeps her high ground, and I'm the traitor who gets a second chance.
I think I need to talk some sense into him.
She didn't have to offer you mercy. You certainly don't deserve it.
Think I don't know that? I should get back to work. They're not paying me to stand around. Oh, that's right. They're not paying me at all.
You're not dying of starvation, so you're getting something from somewhere. Oh well. Someone up here apparently has something. So we'll come back up here. Where up here was it? Right here. The ambassador, or our embassy on Aya. Apparently we're gonna go visit the embassy. What do we have here?
Ambassador, I trust our people had a smooth transition to Aya.
The Angara have been gracious. Everything's going well.
Good. Keep me updated. 10 out.
I've never lied to a director before.
That doesn't sound good.
Pathfinder, it's a pleasure. I'm Ambassador Riala, Chief Diplomat for the Initiative on Aya. I was removed from Cryo specifically for this. Quite the wake-up call.
So I can, I don't think I can relate.
I know what it's like, jumping out of the cryopod and into the fire.
You've had it far worse. My condolences on your loss. I hear you're to thank for our new ties with Aya. This is our best shot at an alliance. Now we just need to keep our people from wrecking it, no matter how hard they try.
That does sound like trouble.
If something's wrong, I need to know.
Maybe you can help me fix it. A Solarian botanist named Sorvis Len is here, learning how to improve our crops. He sent an urgent comm, saying a member of the Angaran resistance had threatened him.
What happened?
I'm not sure. Sorvis is an excellent scientist, but not the best communicator. I'm concerned this could escalate if someone doesn't look into it, but I don't have the staff to spare.
I'll take care of it.
I can go settle things. I'm a friendly face for both sides.
That would be helpful. With any luck, we can prevent this from getting worse.
True. Any other problems?
Aside from Storvis Len, is everything okay? Need anything else?
Actually, yes. Director Tan gave me a project. He wants more Aya natives to live on the Nexus. He thinks it will deepen our partnership. A few Angara expressed interest, but none of them will agree to live on the Nexus without speaking to you first.
How convenient.
Why me?
After what you've accomplished? I didn't want to bother you, but you asked. I'll point you towards the candidates. If you could convince them to transfer, I'd be grateful.
What are our future plans?
What's our end goal for Aya?
A strong alliance is all we can ask for. It's what we're working toward. Helios is the Angara's home. They dictate the terms of this partnership, not us. We need them as allies, and they could benefit from us. But we have to tread lightly.
Show them we're not invaders.
Historically, when two civilizations meet, one consumes or destroys the other. We need to break that cycle.
Well, actually, the council kind of broke that before we came here, but we'll just mimic them in a good way.
How many of our people have they let into the city?
A strictly limited number, and only certain professions. Scientists, engineers, and scholars. The Angara have agreed to allow some of our people to work in Aya's research facilities.
That's huge.
It's more than I expected. Tan wants me to push for social visits, but I'm holding my ground. We need to move at their pace. They've been extraordinarily gracious, all things considered.
True.
I'll take whatever they're willing to give.
Okay, adios.
That's all for now.
I'm here if you need anything.
Okay, let's see if there's anything else up here. We have Reynolds.
The ambassador's messages are overflowing again.
Okay. Apparently Reynolds is not actually needing to talk to me. And... ooh, I got a model. Okay. We'll take... I don't want to spend my points yet. No reason to. We will go talk to this dude out here. He is, I guess, the first of these 3 people we need to convince. It'd be good if we could get all 3 to fully join the initiative. El Rule.
You're one of Ambassador Riala's candidates to live on the Nexus.
I am. Glad you finally showed up. Let's get down to it. I've lived my whole life wanting to meet aliens who didn't want me dead. But my family's here. How can I stay in touch with them from the Nexus?
So, use technology seems kind of flippant when he's having kind of an emotional thing here. So let's go with the more emotional. You can do it in lots of ways.
You can send messages, talk to them on the comm. We'll even arrange a visit.
You get it. All right. I'm in.
There's lots of ways you can keep in touch with family and not be at home. I am much further from most of my family. That's the guy we're taking stuff back to. What is this? Oh, that's the Nexus guy. What is this one? Oh, the filter. Let's go get ourselves a filter. I don't know if the running's really better. There have been many updates since this game first came out.
Do you work on water filtration here?
I designed the system for it.
Can you sell me an ionic filter? My people need it on Eladin.
If they're tough enough for Eladin, they deserve help. Here.
Okay, we'll go ahead and grab that. Only 350. That's easy. Okay, looking at the map, our next thing is Liam. So, to the bar we go.
Good to be back here. Ready to hit those scans?
What am I looking for?
Moran called out supplies that may have useful properties for our tech. Just need to get Sam's eye on them. Take a stroll. Enjoy the market. Naps in.
We'll do that later. We're going to work our way
These
all the way up.
Angara are stronger than they look.
They did survive the cat.
Yeah. They've been through a lot.
I look around and keep thinking about Tachanka. A galaxy away, and we're not so different.
Okay. So, Sorvis Lynn, I think this is the Solarian that she mentioned, was getting threatened by Shaman, the ambassador.
I can't work under these conditions. What does it take to be left alone?
You could simmer down a bit.
Ease off. I'm here to help. You reported that someone in the Resistance threatened you. Tell me exactly what happened.
I didn't know Riala was sending the Pathfinder. I deserve no less, of course. I was measuring the photonic dispersal from the canopies when some random brute interrupted me. I asked him to move, and he got nasty. Said it was my fault his friend was dead. Ridiculous.
What else did he say?
Do you know what he meant by that?
He ranted nonsense about a vessel and selling slots to outsiders. He got right up in my face and compared me to a cat. He wanted to kill me. I could see it in his eyes. The whole conversation made no sense. I think he was inebriated.
A vessel. Maybe the missing Solarian vessel? You need to not be so rude, dude.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but dial it down. We're guests here.
Exactly. We shouldn't have to put up with this. When he left, I tagged him with infrared dye from my sample kit. Invisible to the naked eye, but not to a scanner.
I'll scan people around the Resistance headquarters. See if I find him.
You're supposed to represent our interests on Aya. Go, represent. I have work to do.
Okay, you are kind of an annoying person. We have some stuff in here. We have our next candidate, it looks like. Uralt. Let's go see Uralt. Okay.
Pathfinder, Ambassador Riala didn't think you'd have time for me.
She said you needed to talk before agreeing to live on the Nexus.
This is the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm an anthropologist, but I've only ever studied my own people. I've heard the Nexus is home to multiple species and cultures. It will be fascinating, and possibly dangerous. Bacteria, viruses, other contaminants. My family worries about me. Are you sure I'll be safe?
Okay, so there've been Angarans there, so we could be like, yeah, of course. But she seems to have more serious worries, so I think being professional with her is the way to go.
We'll take every precaution, but entering an alien environment is always a risk.
I appreciate your honesty, and so will my family. I'll convince them to let me go. Thank you.
Okay, we have like one over here. PB.
Getting acquainted with our new neighbors?
Sort of. All this stuff. The Angara sure do have a rich culture and blah blah blah.
You're pretty drunk.
You're sauced, aren't you? What's your poison?
I visited that cafe the Angara consider a bar. Asked for their hardest stuff. It was weird, which I like, but had almost no punch. Lightweight. Whoa.
Steady now.
That stuff must have a slow absorption rate. Whoops. Oh, writer. It's just... This museum reminds me of being on Haitiana during my indentured service as a student. They even have a whole section on the Remnant. I didn't come to Andromeda to follow in someone else's footsteps.
They have questions about what's going on too.
Don't worry, PB. The Angara barely have a foothold. Sure, they live among the ruins, but they haven't seen what we've already seen.
You might have a point there. Bet nobody here has ever outrun an ancient vault purification field, huh?
Well,
nope.
Me.
Or spat in that Archon's ugly mug and lived to talk about it? That was nice work, by the way.
Thank you.
You're right. Not sure why, but ever since I packed up my apartment on the Nexus, something's crawled under my skin. But whatever it is, I promise, I'll get over it lickety-split.
Yeah, don't sweat it.
You're fine, PB. We all need to cut loose once in a while.
You're very understanding and attractive. Nice combination. Think I'll stay in your operation a little while longer.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, we have one more in here. And says return everything to Avila.
You and the Pathfinder, I've heard so much about you. Is it true you entered a vault on Eos?
Sure is.
Amazing. I would have liked to see that.
Do you track relics too?
Are you a relic hunter like Avela?
Actually, I started as an engineer. The Moshai requested my help cracking encryption on a remnant ship she found. Eventually, that led me to the repository. I've been handling data encryption here ever since.
So you work here, huh?
I take it you help run this place.
Nalan and I are Avela's assistants. It's been strange getting used to that.
Why?
Avela's much younger than the previous curator. She has a lot more energy. Sometimes I have to remind her to take a break. She's too passionate for her own good.
See you around.
I'll let you get back to it.
Okay, let's see if we can give her the stuff.
Pavawa, I'm glad they finally let you into the city. You deserve it. This is Aya's Cultural Museum and History Archive.
I know
it's
that.
small, but you've already made it brighter.
That's
I'll come back when I have something.
Stars guide your travels. Hello, Pathfinder. Any good news for me?
Here we go. I found an artifact.
I picked this up. Any idea what it might be?
How in the skies did you find an Angaran star map? One that still works, even. It must be pre-Scourge. If we analyze it, we can learn where our people traveled before the Dark Age.
A star map, huh?
Aren't star maps usually bigger?
An Angaran star map isn't used for navigation. It acts as a log of where its owner traveled. This one's data is locked, but Aelin can decrypt it for me.
Is this Angaran? I found it on one of your homeworlds.
Son above. It's an ancient Ravan, a musical instrument. It uses Angara's body energy to produce music. We have them now, but nothing is beautiful. The songs it played were probably lost long ago. How much culture have we forgotten? Art, music, stories, it's all gone.
We're not gonna flirt with her, we're saving it for Cora. You'll make a new history.
You're already rebuilding. Look at Aya.
We have a long way to go. In any case, relics like this help us. You've given me more to study than I ever expected. I've got a lot of work ahead. Thank you for your help, Pathfinder. I'll let you know if I discover anything.
Okay. Apparently there will be more. Let's take a look at our map and see what we have next. Antibiotics and the med center for Lita. As we continue to ransack the area. Okay. Huh. Okay. Maybe through here? Nope. Let's see if this has the other thing. We'll go to this one for a bit.
No entering the med center until you're clean.
Okay. I guess sanitization is good. Lita.
You're not supposed to be here.
And you're hard to find.
Lieta? You're tough to track down.
How do you know my name? What do you want?
Rorik was worried about you. He sent me to give you this cryo bracelet.
I don't want it. Take it away.
How harsh.
I want nothing to do with Rorik. With any of you.
Why?
You've been through a lot, haven't you?
You wouldn't want to hear about it.
Try me.
I was dumped by scavengers.
Outsiders who left me for dead. I thought I could come to Aya and feel safe with my people. Forget what happened. And now you're here. Seems like no matter where I go, I can't escape outsiders. All of you need to just go away and leave me alone.
Tell me about the attack.
You were jumped by scavengers?
On Eladon. They said they had salvage to sell. I was stupid enough to follow them. Once we were alone, they attacked. Left me for dead. Took my ship and flew off-world.
How did you get back?
I walked. 3 hours on the dunes, with a few broken ribs. Rode back to Kadara with another salvager.
How'd you get to Aya?
I thought Aya wouldn't take anyone from Kadara.
They don't. I told them what happened and they welcomed me. Ephra took me in. He says I'm a fighter. Resistance material. I spent so long wanting more than what Angara worlds could give me. I was wrong.
Don't give up.
You can't lose faith. Some of those outsiders care about you.
Like who?
Rorik, for one. He sent me to find you, didn't he?
You went to a lot of trouble for someone you didn't know. Why?
We're gonna go with, there's good in us.
Lots of us are trying to bring some good to Helios. Like Rorik. Like me.
Rorik. I should have known he'd be worried about me. Can I see that bracelet again? He actually made it.
He said you can use it to visit him again.
It'll take me some time, but I think I can do that. I know Rorik. He'd blame himself if he knew what happened. It would be better if he didn't know the truth. It's your choice, but think about it.
Okay. Well, somewhere it got better. Ooh, we got a sauropod. That's always good. Somewhere around here, I think we have...
My people on Kadara are fighting a bacterial infection. Do you have antibiotics?
Of course. Will this do?
Yep. We will confirm that. Chump change to get people back on their feet. Okay. No. It's a huge area. Oh, I found one.
I detect the infrared dye Sorvis Len used to mark the person who threatened him.
That's our man.
Jaren Sejek.
I know why you're here. The botanist. You want an apology for what I said to him.
I'm actually here to figure out what's going on.
I only have one side of the story. Tell me yours.
It's hard to explain.
Try me.
Aya isn't big enough to give everyone a home. We each live here a short time and then move on. For someone to come, another must go. The exchanges are chosen at random. We call this arrangement the Vassal. Time of change. It worked well. Until now.
Tell me about your friend.
You lost someone you cared about. Was it because of the Vassal?
That's one way to see it. When our leaders agreed to make a place for your people here, it came with a cost. My friend won a place on Aya, but he sold that slot so one of you could stay here instead.
Sold it how? What did he get?
Comforts for his family, resources to improve their home on Haval. He always put others before himself. That's how he died, fighting Ket on Vold. When I found out, I was angry. Said things to your botanist I shouldn't have, but I'd never hurt your people.
It's okay, dude.
I believe you. And I'm sorry for your loss. Between us, that botanist is kind of a jerk.
He didn't fear my anger. I respect that.
I'll talk to our ambassador. See if we can minimize our impact on your Vassal.
We don't expect things to be easy. Only that you understand, nothing is free for us.
I have vastly improved the galaxy for you. Ooh, Cora.
It took humanity 8 years to get a Citadel embassy back home. Pretty impressive to get one here so fast.
All it took was handling some remnant.
It'll take more to keep this partnership going. Ambassador Riala will handle the embassy. Lets us focus on everything else.
True, true, true. Anything else?
Saw a few Angara crying on my way here. Wonder if they heard about Exaltation. I wanted to stop and say something, but what can you say?
Not a whole lot about that. That's just kind of a cruddy thing all around. Okay, let's take a look at the map. We have hostile vendors. Go see what's up with some hostile vendors. Where are they at? We're also supposed to get some flour. Or plant or something for, for the party. But that hasn't happened.
Put a layer of security.
Not today, Nexus.
Liam?
God damn it.
What's going on?
Nothing to worry about. Just come grab a table with me.
Okay. Why are we going to go grab a table? You're not at a table. You're lying to me, dude.
Pathfinder, you're good here. We'll worry about the data another time.
Liam, what's going on?
I, figured we should end up somewhere nice and open. You were being cased.
Because of the scans?
Are you getting me in trouble? What was this about?
We're not in trouble exactly, but I don't blame them for being angry. I wanted to get data that would help yields at our outposts. Moran told me what to scan, but I called it off. I still owe her, but it's better than pissing off some gouging hardliner. Sorry I didn't clue you in. It's a security thing. Food is security.
Sounds like stealing secrets.
Was this an attempt to copy their methods? Steal secrets?
We're not competing companies. It's about learning to live here. Remember my Tempest freakout? I tried proper channels. Got blocked by the Angara and the Nexus. There's only so much Jarl can tell us, so I did what we do back in Crisis Response. Bend the rules.
Okay, in the future, don't blindside me, please.
Liam, I deserve better than having this sprung on me mid-market.
You're right, of course, you're right. And the Angara are right too. The last people who showed up out of the blue were the Ket, the ultimate users. I don't want us getting lumped in with them, and I really, really don't want to ruin the market. Street food and shooting the shit with you feels normal.
Okay.
About time something did.
Makes you may take time, dude.
We may have to stick to ourselves for a while, if that's what both sides seem to want.
It isn't. Saw it all the time during crisis deployments. Us versus them turns into food versus no food. We have to figure this shit out, or both sides will hurt.
You're probably correct, Leon. You're probably correct. Okay, oh, maybe that's where it is. Where we get the,
Hey, how's the tavern?
get what we need for our party.
Welcome.
Okay. I'm not seeing plant that you need anywhere. Tavar plants? Okay, confirm the trade. Okay, we found that plant. I think we're almost done here. A few missions to more or less turn in. And then we'll run this episode, then we'll pick our next planet next time, probably. Okay, Ambassador.
Govajon, Pathfinder. I've been practicing the language.
Okay.
Any news on what happened to Sorvis Len?
Do you know about the Vassal? The Angaran lottery that decides who gets to live on Aya?
I've heard of it. Why?
Angara are selling their slots to come here, so our people can stay in their place. Including a member of the Angaran resistance. He was killed on Vold. Wouldn't have happened if he'd been here.
No one told me of this arrangement. Well, we have to do something.
Make room back home? Get some more
We
people.
could let Angara who give up their slots live on the Nexus. It's safer than Vold.
Exactly what I was thinking. No one should suffer on our behalf. Thank you, Pathfinder. I'll forward your proposal to Director 10 immediately.
Okay.
That's all for now.
Yes,
I'm here if you need anything.
So that should handle that. Okay. One more person to get to come to the Nexus, and then some deliveries. I think that's all that we have left, right? Yep, and then we'll end the episode when we complete those 2 missions. Hopefully we can get the last person without any real trouble, and that'll be awesome. Then we can get everything, we've already gotten everything we need. So we can give it to the Turian to take off and help everyone. Okay, something is supposed to be scannable here. I think we scanned whatever it was.
Ambassador Riala said you're thinking of moving to the Nexus.
Pathfinder, I'm honored even to be considered for the transfer, but I won't be happy as just an observer. Need to work. I engineer power systems. Will I be allowed employment alongside your people?
Yeah. Yes.
That's the whole point of this exchange. The Nexus needs people like you.
That's all I needed to hear. I'll have your ambassador start the transfer. Thank you.
That was easy. Oh, yeah, we need people to come and help us. Okay, cool. So that should be taken care of. Go and give this dude all the stuff we collected for him.
I found Kiloa seeds for Eos. Is this enough?
It's perfect. I'll make sure Eos gets them.
Cool.
Here, I have the antibiotics for Kadara. Will the settlers be okay?
Apparently have to
Once they have these, they'll be fine. I'll make sure they know who to thank.
Here, I found the solar amplifier for Vold.
They'll be happy to see this. No more power outages. Thank you, Pathfinder.
Okay.
I managed to find an ionic filter for Eladin. Make sure they get it.
I'll get this delivered right away. They'll be relieved to have enough water.
Okay, we did all of that. Let me just check the map. I don't see any missions. So it looks like we have done everything. Okay, so we're gonna be ending the episode. Kind of want to go to a planet that's not at 100%. We'll look at what missions there are next time. I think Havaro, Eos, and Vold are the 3 that are not at 100%, and we'll want to get those. But for now, like and subscribe.
Liam's looking for you.
Cool.
Pathfinder, you have new email.
We'll do that next time as well. For now, like and subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later. Adios.